Hey friends, and welcome to a reading vlog. So it's been 2 weeks since you would have seen one of these because I put out my 500 subscriber Q&A last week. Again, I feel so thankful to have hit that, but I'm excited to be back to a reading vlog. Like, it was kind of funny because a couple times last week I went to film a clip about something I was reading, and then I was like, don't have anywhere to put this. So we'll just have to save it. So it'll be fun because when you watch my wrap up at the end of June, there'll be some books in there that you haven't heard me talk about at all. First off, I want to speak to the elephant in the room that is this hideous sunburn. Yep, that happened. The first outing of the year, I always get really burnt. Me and my friends went paintballing. Well, I didn't paintball, but I went with as moral support. And I got cooked. My goose done got cooked. So I'm gonna get through this clip really quickly because I had to turn the air conditioning off because of sound quality, and I am suffocating. So I just finished up 3 books I was reading last week. Yay. But I need to dive into some more things. So I have 4 books here, and I don't know which ones I'm gonna focus on the most, but I'm gonna try to get through 1 or 2 of these this week. It is a pretty full week ahead. I have some friends coming to stay. One of my younger friends, she is coming here to go to college, and so she has orientation and some other things to do. So they're gonna be visiting, and I'm not gonna spend time reading when I should be hanging with my lovely friends. And then it's a church week, which I have my young adults group only twice a month. So on that week, I'm usually pretty busy. And then I'm going to the cities, to Eden Prairie, to visit one of my dear friends who I haven't seen in forever. And so I'll hopefully get a listen to something on that drive because that drive is very long. So I'm listening to Fellowship of the Ring again. I'm trying to push through because I know it's going to pick up soon. So I'm just trying to keep myself going. We just got to meeting Strider / Aragorn, and we'll see how that goes. But I also have the Savior's Champion downloaded and Scythe as well. But I don't know if I want to start Scythe because I think that might be a viewer's pick for next month. So I don't know. These are my feelings. Not sure. The books that I'm choosing from this week is I want to read some more of The Dragon Reborn. This one for sure I want to make some progress on because I'm only on chapter 3. And I want to get more hooked into this book because I know this one's going to be really good. So I'm going to make that a goal. Then I have 2 books that are for, wow, I can't remember. One of them's for Romanceopoly, and that is Every Which Way But Dead by Kim Harrison. This is the 3rd book in the Rachel Morgan Vampire Hunter. And I never realized, but Diana Gabaldon blurbed these books. I read these books, the first 6 of them back in high school, and then I kind of took a break from them because they weren't all out yet. And I reread the first 2 a little while ago now. And I never know who Diana Gabaldon was then. So that is so cool. I mean, Diana Gabaldon is my queen. So that's one I maybe want to take on. Then a new release, as well as it's a challenge for my hero for Biblio Games, is Shadow and Flame by Mindy Arnett. If you follow into my socials, you know I've been repping this book because I was on the street team for it. And it is the sequel and the conclusion to Onyx and Ivory, which was one of my favorite books of last year. So I'm hoping this is amazing. I really hope it's good. But I need to be able to devote some serious time to this book. So I might start this one today. And I don't know, but I'm really excited. It just glows. It's so pretty. And then I have a book that I'm reading for a secret project, the same secret project that I read Antidote for, and that is No Saints in Kansas by Amy Brashear. And this one is about a murder mystery, which was a real life murders, but fictional story here. So those are the books that I'm going to attempt this week. And of course, I will check back in with you soon with my feelings about them. Bye. Hi again, just a few hours later. Don't mind my obnoxious air conditioner. Things took a turn today, and I'm not mad at it, even though it's probably not the smartest decision I've ever made, but what do you know? First off, I was a good girl today. I went to the gym, worked out for like 45 minutes, an hour, just trying to get back into it. I really, you know, we say this all the time. People say this all the time, but I really just want to like get my health under control, or at least be working on it, because I've let that slip before I let anything else slip, and that's just not a super smart decision. But anyway, what I decided to do is, I don't know, you know, all of you might not know this because I haven't talked about them in a long time, but one of the first series that I talked a ton about on my channel was the Poldark series, Novels of Cornwall by Winston Graham. So I love that TV show, and I read the books in a span of about 2 years. Back, like, I had started them like a year and a half before my channel, and then I finished the last couple once I started my channel. And the thing is that after I watched the first season, I picked up the book that started right after it, which was the third book in the series, and I listened/read all the books all the way through, and there's 12 books. So there was 2 books that I hadn't listened to, and I love the narrator. His name is Oliver Hembrill. He's done a few other books as well, and I adore his voice. I love how he does characters. I love him so much. And he's what made the books so alive to me. The characters he did for everyone. I mean, y'all know, a great audio narrator makes it all work. It's amazing. And so I went back and I listened to the first novel in the series. I did this a few months back. I think it's been over 6 months now. And there was one book left I haven't listened to, and that's Demelza, which is the second book. And the reason I hesitated is because that one book out of 12 has a different narrator. And it has a woman this time. And it's really hard. So I started listening to it. I'm like an hour and a half in, and I'm starting to get into it. I mean, this lady, she's great as well. I can't remember her name. I'll put it up here. But the thing is that I'm used to a completely different cast of voices. Like, I'm used to how Oliver does Demelza's voice, and how he does Ross's voice, and how he does everyone's voice. And so to hear someone else do it is just really throwing me off, because her voice for Ross sounds so funny because it's a woman. And it's not that she's bad. It's just that I've been listening to Oliver Hembrill read books for 4 years now, and she's not him. So anyway, I'm totally into the story still. I'm getting over it, but it just really threw me for a loop. And, you know, are there any like series that you've listened to where they changed the narrator so much? Because a lot of my favorite series, they have the same person the whole time, or even an author will get like the same person for everyone. Like Rebecca Soler does all of Marissa Meyer's books, you know, so I love that. I love that they go hand in hand that way. So just not really a rant, not really a gripe. I'm getting used to it. It just really throws me off because the other 11 books are by my favorite narrator, and then there's someone else. So it's just hard. But also, here I am. I'm working on Dragon Reborn slowly. It feels like I haven't moved at all in weeks. And yeah, but anyway, I'll pop in again later. Hey guys, it is Thursday afternoon right now. I'm working from home today, so I'm just taking a lunch break, and which, yes, I still schedule that at home because I still need to take a break from the computer for a little bit. And I was editing a video I'm putting up, which goes up this week, is my favorite book so far this year. And so I was editing that, and then I was looking in my planner, and I came across my TBR, and I realized that I'm currently most focused on these 3 books right here. I'm listening to Demelza, and then I'm reading, sorry, it's upside down, but I'm not moving my hand, No Saints in Kansas and The Dragon Reborn. And none of those books are on my TBR for the month, because one of them is for a secret project. One of them I'm just reading because I can't help myself. Like, I want to keep reading the Wheel of Time. And then Demelza, I just really wanted to listen to it. And I'm part of the Biblio Games, which every book I read still counts. But I had like some books on that, as well as my Romanceopoly picks, as well as just some books I want to read this month, and I haven't even touched most of them. Like, I've only read, I think, 1-2 books from my list. So I went ahead, and there's a book I've been wanting to read, and it's on my list, and that's Shadow and Flame. And so I'm going to start that right now and hopefully make some progress on that today, because when I'm done with work, I'm going to go to the coffee shop. I'm going to go to the coffee shop to read before church, which is something that I do. I always read before church on Thursdays. And so hopefully I'll make some good progress on this. But in other books, which the next clip you see is going to be my wrap up, because tomorrow I'm heading, maybe it won't be, because maybe I'll film some with my friends. But I'm headed to the cities to visit 2 of my dear friends, and well, 3, because their son, I have yet to meet him. This year's a year for meeting new babies that I haven't met, and I'm so excited to spend some time with them, but I don't know that I'll get any reading done, but maybe I'll film something. We're gonna go to the pool, and we're gonna play games, and we're gonna have fun, so maybe I'll film some of that. But otherwise, I mean, I'm making great progress on Demelza. I'm like halfway through it because I'm listening to this one, and I'll probably finish it because of my drive. But I'm also going to try to listen to Fellowship of the Ring on my drive, and maybe start The Blinding Knife, which is the second Black Prism novel, because I want to. So I don't know. We'll see what reading holds for the rest of the week. Not 100%, but I'm going to do it. So anyway, just wanted to pop in. Shadow and Flame, I'm excited to read. I'm also nervous because this is only a duology. Not only, to make it sound less than, but that means that everything's wrapped up in this one. And I just don't know what they're going to do. And I'm really scared for my babies. I pegged this one as one with a satisfying ending, so we'll see if that's true. I love Corwin and Kate, so I'm really excited for this. Is it Corbin? It's Corwin. Yeah, it's Corwin. So I'm excited. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it is Sunday the 17th. I think it's the 17th today. Not 100% right now. I could totally be wrong about what day it is. I just got back from my trip to the cities. Again, as usual. See, that's why I shouldn't promise to film anything when I travel, because I just don't. But I did get a lot of reading done, which I wasn't expecting. So I can talk about that real quick before letting you guys go. Yeah, see, I'm peeling so bad because I burned, well, you saw me in like the last video, and videos you'll see after this, I was super burned. It's like evening out now, but I'm peeling pretty bad. So first off, on my drive, what I read the most is I finished Demelza. Sorry, I just have to take those deep breaths. I love this series so much. And this was the last book I hadn't listened to. I've listened to all 12 of the novels. This is the second one, but I never listened to it. I read it, and I wanted to have listened to all of them. This one has a different narrator than the other 11 because they used a woman for this one. Her name was Claire Barrett or Bonnet, I think. And she did really well. I was nervous because Oliver Hembrough reads all the rest of them, and he does such a great job that I was nervous about someone else, but she did a great job, and I actually really appreciated how she did Demelza's voice. It was just hard because I really love Oliver for Ross's voice, as well as I love how he does Demelza and all the other characters. But I thought that Claire brought something different to Demelza's voice, and this book does focus a lot on Demelza, her new life as the Lady of Nampara. If you don't know anything about this series, it focuses on Ross Poldark, who came back from being in the Revolutionary War, obviously on the side of the British, and he comes home to his family in ruins. And in the first book, he had taken on a serving girl to kind of save her from her bad situation. And when she grows up, or is 17, actually, she doesn't grow, but she lives with him, and he has no weird feelings about her until she's an adult, and then she actually pursues him. So I'm just making that clear to everybody. She actually pursues him because he's the only one she can picture for herself, and they get married. And so in this book, she is coming to grips with being the lady of Nampara, and it focuses on a lot of her struggles, as well as it's still a 50-50 split between her and Ross because he's the main protagonist of the entire series. But this was so good. It's 5 out of 5 stars for me. It leaves me aching for these characters. Like, I want to pick up book 3 and read all the way through them again. And I may do that. I really want to read them again, but not now. I'll take my time. So that was amazing. Also, I have made not as much progress as I wanted to, but I'm almost 100 pages into Shadow and Flame. I'm really liking it. This is the next book I'm going to focus on. Obviously, I was focused more on Demelza because I was listening to it, and I had 7 hours worth of driving to do this weekend. So that's why I finished that one. But this is the next book that I'm focusing on. I'm really liking it. It has quite an amazing beginning. It's so good. And then I also did make about 50 pages of progress on The Dragon Reborn, which is the 3rd book in the Wheel of Time series. It's really good right now. So this will also be my main focus going into the next week, will be these 2 books. So I'm very excited about that. And then there's one last thing I want to show you. We went to my favorite bookstore in the Twin Cities. It's actually in St. Louis Park, and it's called Half Price Books. And they have quite a few locations in the cities. And I found quite a few things, which will be in a book haul, but I wanted to show you this one now. Since I was just speaking of the Wheel of Time series, I found this first edition. It's not a first printing, though. I think it's like the 15th printing. But I found a first edition of The Eye of the World, which I just had to buy because it was only $15 and it was in really good condition. And I'm loving this series so much that I will want them in hardcover eventually, just like I have almost all my favorite fantasy. It's just right now I'm not willing to like invest that much, but this one was only $15, and so I had to pick it up, and it's just beautiful. The design all the way around is so cool. So I'm really happy with this. I might even get this like laminated because I have that with my Terry Goodkind books, and I just want the dust jacket not to get ruined, but it's in really good condition right now. So just had to show off my find. So these are the books that I read the most this week. It was really good. Looking forward to another great reading week. We're halfway through the month, and yeah, I need to get through No Saints in Kansas, and I have a few books left for Biblio games that I need to read. None of these books that I finished are for that, so I need to make some headway with those. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I put up new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can watch some more of them right now. Bye!